Hey, what's up, peeps? It's Monday, which means it's Black Twitter time right here on BHL. Tonight, we're talking 21 Savage getting arrested by ICE, plus hashtag I stand with Cap because yesterday was the Super Bowl, and Liam Neeson. No. All this coming up right after this.
Want to party with a savage 21.
21.
Savage and
21.
nasty. Yeah.
21.
High-end cars and
21.
fashion.
What?
Push out fast, oh God.
It's
I'm
savage.
the blood, my brother
What?
crippin'.
Yes.
Bitch, I'm drippin'. Oh, you trippin'. Told the waitress I ain't
21
tippin'. I like hot
Savage.
sauce on
Another
my
one
Who
locked
knew?
up.
Who knew? Man, exactly. Who knew?
Free 21, free 21.
Exactly. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your host, Alina Vission, and I'm joined by my crew tonight, as always.
Hey everybody, your boy Gregg. Happy to be here with these two lovely ladies.
And you can follow me everywhere. I am Ashley Gray at Ashley Gray TV.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Lord. Lordy, Lord,
It's going to be a good one. It's
It is
going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Yes,
Happy Black
yes,
History
yes.
Month.
Yeah.
It's gotten off to quite an interesting start.
Yep.
Lots has gone on, and we're gonna talk about it right here because Black Twitter had a lot to say this
A lot,
week.
yeah.
On fire.
It has been on fire as usual. So, okay, yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday. 21 Savage got arrested by ICE in Atlanta. Story is he is actually from London.
Right.
Who knew? Did you guys know this?
I did not know that he was from the UK.
No.
But it's crazy because there was a lot of ignorant comments like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
I didn't know that black people lived in the Really?
That's so ignorant.
Really? Seriously?
I got a comment. Let me come in with the left field comment. The version I heard that he's from some obscure island in the Caribbean where, they were colonized by England. And so because the UK still has jurisdiction over it, technically has a UK passport. But he moved over, I guess, when he was 12, and this fool never updated his visa.
No, you got that right, fool.
Actually, I think what happened was I think his mom is actually from the Dominican Republic or something, and he was born in London.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then they moved here, and I think when he was 5. So yeah, and
DJ
they
Academics gave me
overstayed.
some wrong info. Academics.
They overstayed the visa, but
Gotta keep those updated. You gotta follow the law, and you are not above the law. And I can't support the fact that you were arrested. I mean, the people are like free 21. No, he needs to take care of his business, and actually, he is being used as an example, which I think right now.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate that it had to happen, but you do have to keep all of those things updated.
Okay, you got thoughts.
And
Let's
if we're
hear it.
talking about how he's being used, not to get too conspiratorial.
Do it. Take it there. I love it.
This is what the tinfoil is
No,
for.
I love conspiracy.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
21 had actually been doing a few good things in this neighborhood,
In
working
which
with the boys
neighborhood?
Clay,
Here or
Atlanta, and supposedly works in Chicago, right in the United States.
Oh, okay, thanks for
supposedly he's been
clarifying.
shot. He's been given a lot to charity, boys and girl clubs, at-risk youth. But where he messed up was him and a bunch of other rappers like Snoop started going on Tekashi 6ix9ine. He snitched, F him, he's a snitch, get out of here. I will tell you, the feds are watching your social media. If they have something on you and you're saying something anti to the feds, they're gonna bust you. They just wait till your number comes up and then wait till you say something silly and bang, they pull your card.
So you think that this is all because he is against Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Do you really think they care about Tekashi 6ix9ine? Because I don't think they care.
I mean, his hair alone is like, this is a joke.
I don't think they care.
Exactly.
I don't think they care about Tekashi
No.
6ix9ine, but I think they care about the media cycle, and I think the feds are way more adept at the media cycle than we think they are. Because Tekashi
I get
had
that.
been.
But here's the deal.
All right.
Here's what I think. Obviously, I agree. He's completely being made a lesson of, and especially in this point in time where this administration that we're under is going after not only just Latinos, but a lot of African migrants and immigrants who, Black people who are here. And I think that was, they want to make an example of him. And
Right.
that's exactly what happened. And it's sad because he came over. His parents brought him over here, and he's made a life now for himself. And now he's being.
But at a certain
deported.
age, you need to be like responsible for like yourself and take care of your business behind the scenes. Especially now that you are a public figure, I think that he can use this as a teachable moment and be like, you know what, I made a mistake. This was my fault. Yes, I am from the UK. Yada yada yada. And everyone's like, well, why doesn't he have an accent? Like, y'all some bull.
Wait, I saw.
I love black folks.
You guys should have seen the memes, okay? They were taking his music videos and they're putting in like a British accent, like dubbed in his
There
videos.
was the memes.
You know
were
what?
flying.
He was having a musket, an English musket.
It would make him more attractive because I don't think that he's attractive. So with an accent, it might be a little better because Idris is fine AF. And it's a cherry on top that he has an accent. I'm like, oh my gosh. Even without a beard, he's cute.
He's cute.
Well,
Well, okay, speaking of the memes that were going down, because they were flying last night, Demi Lovato actually got in some hot water.
Oh, our black sister?
Are you already inviting her to the picnic, to the barbecue?
Didn't
Is she
forget
coming to the
about that,
cookout?
Demi.
Yeah,
And she was never invited. You can't even bring the potato salad.
Ooh,
That's how uninvited you
ooh.
are.
Yeah, she actually, said like, oh, the best thing about the Super Bowl are these memes, and people came at her. They came at her so hard that she even deleted her Twitter account.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So now
they
do we
came
have
at
to feel
her.
sad for her again? Because
Yeah.
seriously, like this last struggle that she went through, the public, she got a lot of sympathy
did.
from the public. And that's my only dilemma. It's like, let's take a beat, Demi. When you were literally in rehab, you had the public support. And now that someone's going through a personal, like it's not the same, but it's a personal issue, you think that it's okay to make fun of him, whether indirectly or directly. You are
Right.
making fun of him.
Do you think that she thought through that tweet beforehand?
She's smarter. She's smart. I'm
Yeah.
not going to. You're smart, and I'm not going to be like, oh no, she didn't know any better.
Right,
Girl, bye. You knew what you were doing.
Well, Offset, if we could pull up his tweet, had something to say about this. So this is, Offset. He says, all the memes and shit ain't funny when somebody's going through some. Praying for my dog ain't shit funny. His family's depending on him.
My first reaction was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with his dog? I know, seriously. Sorry, guys. But yeah, back to the point of the tweet.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's sad because his family is depending on him, and
Yeah.
his lawyer has come out and said they're gonna fight this all the way. That it's
There's nothing to fight. You are wrong, and if anything, it's like I was wrong. Can I have an emergency visa, or can I have an entertainment visa? At this time, you need to fix the mistake because it was a mistake, whether honest or not. It's not about we're gonna fight this. There's nothing to fight. You broke the law.
And let me give you context. He's already been arrested for a felony with drugs in the past. And this is when, he wasn't legit. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope the brother gets a good lawyer and he takes care of it.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so somebody else who loves to troll obviously had to put her 2 cents in about this.
Yeah.
Tommy Lauren.
Your favorite.
Oh, God. So she took to Twitter today and she said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ICE agents, but fans were very quick to call her out on this because she had posted, and I do remember when she posted this, a video of herself rapping to a 21 Savage
most racist
song.
people love hip hop. I mean,
Yep.
let's be honest. They love to rap it. They just don't want to be around the people, those people. They don't want to be around those people, but they'll rap it all day and have it at their little parties.
Oh, they'll sleep with you, they'll have sex with you?
Oh, yes, they'll get it in. They may mess up and have a little mixed mulatto baby with you. Okay? But they don't want to be
starting
around
early.
those people. Honestly, I think that, I'm not a fan of hers at all, but she's smart in a very manipulative way. She manipulates the media. She gets all of this attention. And I really feel like she's going to be paid for the rest of her life because of stuff like this.
Which is sad that she's, making money off of stuff like this, out of crap like this. So,
Yeah.
Cardi, of course, had something to say about that. which I love. She says, "Don't make me get my leash," because we all know. I think we talked about it last week when she was gonna dog walk Tommy, and people are here for that. People want to see it. People are like, "Yo, I'll go buy you a leash. You need to be on that." But one thing about Tommy is that she actually brought Cardi B and Nicki Minaj together.
Really?
Yeah. Can you believe? So Nicki also said, and this is to Tommy, she said, "Your obsession with our culture is scary to say the least. I hate giving you attention you so desperately crave. Laughing at people getting deported as if your ancestors discovered America. Are you Native American? You fucking clown." So Tommy actually came back and said that her ancestors did discover America, and people just went
so
off.
Insensitive.
Yeah.
But you know what? I bet you she gained a ton of Twitter followers after that as well. And honestly, like, I feel like Nicki only had something to say because she noticed how successful Cardi was when she said something. So it was kind of like a one-up, or let me do it too since this is so popular. I don't think that she because she has never spoke out about any social injustice or the Black Lives Matter.
It's been very awkward.
Yeah. So I'm like, all of a sudden you're interested in politics, and this was very well worded for a Nicki tweet. I don't think that she even like dictated this. So
while all of our sisters make some really good points, publicity-wise, I give the W to Tommy Lawrence. She worked it. She got her followers up. She got the exposure.
Now, do you guys think if she continues to do this and provoke them, that they should just let it be, or is it smart on their part to also do a tweet back to her? Even if it's short and concise of like what Cardi did.
You go first.
I mean, it depends on what your agenda is, right? So I feel like it kind of like goes hand in hand with what I said about Nicki. Like, if you're promoting something, you know that this is going to make, media outlets are going to pick this up. Whether they like what you have to say or not, it's going to have some sort of traction. So it's smart publicity-wise, but as far as like really, and then it's also your fans, you're getting people engaged and they're wanting to talk, but what kind of information are you putting out? It's like, well, I mean, at least Nicki was like, well, you wasn't Native Americans did, they were already here. So that's kind of like teaching. But
And to piggyback on that, I'm always a fan of somebody giving more of an intellectual response than an emotional response. And then if you come out with the
like
troll,
Cardi, don't let me get my leash.
You coming out with
I'm
the
like,
leash.
girl, first of all, it's not a threat, because if I was Tommy, I would have my lawyer on deck. Like, this is urban lingo for she's gonna beat my ass. And I'm so scared right now.
So all that, we like it, we laugh at it, it's funny. I mean, we know that's when it gets more into trolling, and so you're kind of doing it more about look at me, than less about the actual cause and the principle. That's just my take.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, speaking of actual causes, we're going to move on to hashtag I stand with Cap. Which...
I got some stuff to say.
Oh, Lord, okay. I like
you
that.
me smoke on Cap last week.
I like that. What have you got to say?
Well, okay,
hold on.
yeah.
So for the people who don't, you should know. I Stand With Cap was a whole campaign, obviously standing with Cap, Colin Kaepernick, because he has not been let back into the NFL for his whole kneeling situation with the national anthem. People have gone in on him. And so, yeah, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people just in general didn't watch the Super Bowl in honor to stand with him.
And actually, this past Super Bowl had the lowest ratings in the past 10 years. So a lot of people, which I don't know, because a lot of my timeline was talking about the Super Bowl, so I'm like, y'all fake AF. But apparently a lot of people did not tune in, which I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here.
It was down 5%, I think it was, from what it was last year. So do you guys think that it was something that had to do with
I'm sure
this?
it had an effect.
Yeah.
I'm sure it had an effect. Unfortunately, we were talking about like how there's so many pros and cons on each side, and the argument has been kind of manipulated. I stand with Cap. I just don't stand with Nike.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, to me, it's like, if you don't stand with Cap, or if you choose to watch the Super Bowl, or if you choose to perform, does that mean that you are pro-racial inequality? And I feel like that's where the argument gets very muddy, because it's like, well, I feel some kind of way if you did watch it, and they're like, well, I feel some kind of way if you didn't. Like, where is there any common ground, and where is there any forward movement? So, like, even with the Gladys Knight performing, I wasn't against it until, girl. Okay, so I was like, you know, let them perform. Maybe they're going to do something very
right.
inspirational that's going to pull on our heartstrings and really represent Black people in a beautiful light. Didn't. She wore all white, first of all. I said, you tried it, Gladys. And then she tweeted out like this was a great historic opportunity to serve this great nation. And I'm like, that was a bit insensitive.
Nah, that was some soft shoeing going on there. We
Yeah,
call
and
that
I'm
soft
just like,
shoe.
you lived through slavery, boo.
And the funny thing is,
I mean,
she's not quite that old, but I know what you're saying.
I'm just
She's
saying,
from my
it's
parents'
like,
generation,
yeah,
and she was she was marching in the civil rights movement.
you could
That's
have
why
at
it's so
least
weird to
been
see
a
this.
little bit more. Like, I'm not mad that you performed, but it's like that tweet was a little bit, because even the two young ladies, who did the opening, they were all Black, and I was like, that was their little touch of like, oh, we
I see
here,
you.
I see you, and we're here, and we're gonna do a beautiful job, and we're gonna do it with grace. And I was like, okay. And by the way, these was clips I watched because I did not watch the Super Bowl. You know, so and then I was like disappointed in Maroon 5 because I was hoping
they would do something. Nothing.
He took off his shirt.
But that
he
one
took off his
love
shirt.
thing was not enough.
Nothing. And then Big Boy
Not enough.
had the nerve to be out there in that
And
fur coat. That fur
You
coat.
couldn't even understand Big Boy. I mean, that was everybody loves Big
know
Boy.
you're
He's a
nutty,
slept-on lyricist, but we all know, okay, when you get Andre 3000 he can, be melodical, he can sing his raps, he's more dynamic. And Big Boy, we just got what Big Boy gives you.
I was looking for something,
and there was
especially
nothing.
like it was just like so many different subtle things that you could have done in your clothing, even a pen. They could have had a cap pen, anything, and none of them took it there. And I'm like, you had this amazing opportunity, and you chose to disregard it. And now, Adam, you fine. So I still love you, but I will be giving you side eye like, oh, you tried it and got your nipples out. Hello,
Exactly,
Janet.
Janet. I'm still mad about
A nipple
Janet.
is a nipple, okay?
It
That's
is.
true. That's
It's
true.
a
That's
nipple.
true.
So free the nipple.
That's
It
true.
is.
Because some people
Yeah.
flat-chested.
That's
I mean,
true.
hello,
Exactly.
I'm rocking with double A's. Okay, so I look like Adam Levine. If I was to take my shirt off, it'll be like Adam Levine.
Hey.
So I'm like, a nipple is a nipple. Why is it okay for him and not
I
okay
completely
for
agree.
Janet?
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I'm going to do between this one taking her shirt off this week, this one twerking last week.
You got a lot on your hands here. All right,
Right.
so let's move to the tweets for the people that were supporting Kaepernick. Here's one. This one is from, sorry, it's really small, but let's play the video.
Hey y'all, so as y'all can see, I'm with Kat, always have been, always will be. I didn't even watch football all season, and I'm a huge football fan, so I'm with Kat. No Kat, you should be too. Happy Sunday.
One thing that I really
cute.
loved about that is that black girl sauce that cannot be replicated. It's so cute, and I hate when people call it sass. Like, ooh, girl, you're so sassy.
No.
Girl, I was born with this juice.
Exactly.
And it ain't Kool-Aid.
Sauce, yes. All right. So Cardi B was actually on GMA, and they asked her, why she turned down doing the Super Bowl performance, and this is what she had to say.
Would you have preferred it?
She's like a bird.
Hire my friend back and understand why was this like so important and was such an uproar.
It means that much to you.
He's standing up for minorities, and it's like if we don't support who's standing up for us, then it's like who's gonna support us? And they need to understand why he stand up for us. It's crazy.
Well, I think we have to call into question Cardi's stance, and I hate to be critical and I hate to be a wet blanket, but if you guys are watching this critically, the Super Bowl halftime show critically, they go from Cardi B's commercial, the one with her and Lil Jon, and then they go seamlessly into the performance. Pepsi sponsored the performance. They're the ones who's paying for all this.
Right.
Seamlessly from her Pepsi commercial. It was like one fluid segment.
And
So-
I agree with you, because I'm like, well, Chance the Rapper had a halftime, not a halftime, but a commercial. And I'm like, well, that's technically supporting the Super Bowl.
She might as well have been
Yeah.
on stage with Adam Levine, and as
Right.
far as I'm concerned, with the whole Pepsi connection. you
Yeah,
know.
so that's why I'm like, well, where do we move forward from this? Because, so you mean to tell me that people can no longer watch football if they are in support of Cap? Like, where is the common
Right.
ground? And there needs to be some type of like timeline, because right now we're just like,
I'm gonna shoot.
What is
will.
it? Right.
I'm gonna.
yeah.
I don't want to say I'm gonna shoot Cap some bail, but we use that expression when you try to give somebody some clarification and out. Part of the problem, people like me, is that Cap has been kind of MIA as far as leadership. Besides tweeting, and he didn't show up for the league negotiations when he came down to it. But guess
Yeah.
what? But guess what? He was also suing the league too. So he had a lot to protect. He was also working on these Nike deals. So he had a lot to protect too. But at the same time, when there's this vacuum of leadership, there's nothing but confusion and chaos. And this is
Right.
what you get when there's nobody at the reins.
And I understand you not wanting to support Nike, and I don't fault Kaepernick for working with them
Right.
because you need a paycheck. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know what?
He got his job taken away.
Yeah.
Right.
Taken
Yeah.
away.
It's like I may not agree with everything that
Yeah.
Right.
what that Nike does, but I need to feed my family and
Yeah.
myself.
Along those,
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
We
Alina.
got to move on.
Okay, but there's a bunch of
Real
guys
quick.
he could have split that Nike check with, but we'll get to that later. I brought that up last week.
Okay. So we're moving on to Liam Neeson. Oh Lord. Jesus.
I love
Okay.
this.
So so this morning, woke up, checked Twitter, saw that Liam Neeson was trending. I'm like, oh, what? He's coming out with another movie. What's going on?
Taking 5?
Yeah.
Who got took this time?
Clicked on it and I was like, oh hell no. Hell to the nah. Okay, so he did a interview with The Independent, which is a UK magazine, and in which he told the person who was interviewing him that somebody that was close to him got raped. He asked the person who it was, or give a description. What race was he? The person said black. For the next week, he was out and about trying to look for a random black person, pretty much, to provoke, to cause damage to kill. Wow. I don't even know.
Well,
Yeah.
I have been searching and searching and searching for this interview, and I haven't been able to find it. So until I find it and actually hear it, and with my own ears,
It's not. I don't think it's audio, but I have seen the printout of it.
Yeah, but even that, I'm like, this can be so, I don't know if it's fabricated or not, and I am so tired of people jumping on bandwagons and listening to this information, just like the whole
Hallelujah.
the whole thing, the whole Jussie Smollett situation. I'm like, you know what? Where are the facts? And I need
Oh, wait.
hardcore-
You're not homophobic for asking?
Oh no, I don't think so. It's not
Okay.
that I'm it's a sensitive situation no matter what, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like, well, I'm just taking the facts.
Yeah.
He wasn't cooperating with the FBI. There's no footage, and then all of a sudden there is footage, but there's these two figures that we can't see, and then they were wearing MAGA hats, and then they weren't. And then he went to the hospital, but then no, he went to his personal doctor afterwards. I'm like,
I'm going to get you to Jesse, but can we go back to Liam real
Yeah,
quick?
let's
Yeah.
go back to Liam.
Only because Liam Neeson was one of my favorite actors. He's a
Love
dope
him.
Irish actor. Man, there's a couple of those guys that come from that same part of Ireland. I wish I could think of it right now, but I'm drawing a blank. But the point is, where those guys who are like over 50 and from England or from this certain part of Ireland, there was a lot of like racial hostility, especially against blacks. And I appreciate somebody being honest and saying, this is where I was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I'm not there now. I would much more appreciate somebody like that than somebody like who's this Democratic senator, who's like barely denying he was wearing like a white hood or a black face.
Oh yeah, Ralph
Yeah,
Northam
to me,
or whatever.
To me,
Jesus.
I'll
but
give-
did you see
yeah.
his Twitter
Jeez.
background banner?
It's
a whole
all
bunch
the
of black
black
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in there like, I'm
Case
like,
in point, to me,
yeah,
ultimate
yeah.
sense of pandering, and I much more relate to somebody who's being authentic when I'm
well,
saying
I want to know
about
if it's
Liam Neeson.
real first.
So,
I'm like,
if it is real, the apology he gave is real.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm reading on USA Today. So they said Neeson never elaborated on when the rape or his subsequent attempt at revenge took place. The interviewer, Clemence Michelion, later requested a follow-up interview with the Schindler's List star, who in the midst of the press tour for his new film, Cold Pursuit, to discuss the incident further, he declined.
okay.
So, I don't know. I mean,
it's probably too hot for you. You don't want to touch it.
you think?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. But you know what?
Here's the thing. If it wasn't real, I think he would have come
He
out and
refuted it. He
he
would
would
refute
have
it.
come out and
I
said
feel the
something.
opposite way because
No way.
I'm
This is
like,
something so damaging to your career.
Yeah.
Actually, come on. He
But
would
I
have come
really
out and
feel
said
like
something.
people, it's just so ridiculous. I'm not responding. I can imagine him at that age. Like, I'm not responding to that. I'm not doing that. Like with Morgan Freeman,
think
I'm not responding to this. It's crazy.
Oh, be careful. Kevin Hart tried that. Be careful about
But
not
we don't like
responding.
Kevin, and he's young. Okay, sure don't. Sure
Okay.
don't.
let me and I was trying to think of these other actors I love from that same part of Ireland. Him, Daniel Day-Lewis, Gary Oldman, they all came from like this cool like underground acting scene, you know, and they all came up, and I've been studying those guys in that independent like British cinema and Irish cinema. Super talented. And when you hear the way these guys grow up, honestly, I would expect nothing less. It's not to give them any type of excuse, but it's like when I talk to like my dad. Or, okay, did you guys hear Chris Rock's jokes? And he's like, well, you know who's the most racist man? You know, an old black man. Not a black man now, but an old black man, you know, because he was the slave. He has this joke like that. And he talks about, you know, how they were in it when it was in the heart of it. And Chris Rock's talking about, oh, yeah, you know, I let a white man, you know, stab me in the neck, but it was my fault because, you know, I should have seen it coming. That's what I feel like. I feel like we should have seen it coming. I'm not surprised by this. Matter of fact, I appreciate the clarity.
All right, so let's first check out some tweets that people were saying online. So this one says, so 21 Savage gotta go, but Liam Neeson can stay. Yeah, and it's Stanley from The Office giving his Stanley face. And then somebody else, Cyrus McQueen, says, less than a week removed from Jussie Smollett being attacked because he was a black man, and Liam Neeson reveals that he wanted to attack a black man.
So this is getting out of control.
And he wants a fucking cookie.
It's just like, there's no clarification. We have no solid source here. There were so many different media outlets reporting the Jussie Smollett story without having all of the facts. I don't care if USA Today said that.
I mean, USA Today, CNN, it's been written a lot of places. And you can see the article. Somebody's not going to just publish that because they can be, you know, they can get sued for, I mean, a lot of money, especially something this volatile.
Right.
So I'm going to go and err on the side of a journalist and say this. He probably did say this.
I believe you, and I'm gonna pull up a very infamous quote by Miles Davis, the famous jazz artist, and he said this in print: "I would like to choke a white man slowly to death." Didn't deny it.
So mean.
Yeah.
Very mean-spirited, perhaps even racist. But the era that he came from at his time, guess what? I think even the white people back then, unless they were completely on the other side of the spectrum, they had context for it.
Right.
So, and that's just generally how I feel about art and comedy and storytelling.
I guess I just really don't want to believe it because I love taking.
You're turning a blind eye.
No, I'm not. I just
Ashley.
I don't want to just because. It's just the social media climate. It's just like,
Look, I get it.
I'm gonna just
But
whatever's
hey, we're on
trending.
Black Twitter here. This is what we talk about.
All right.
It's true.
Let's get into it.
Well,
Let's get into
I
it.
hope
Talk
it's
about.
not true, but if it is true, I really hope that he releases a statement and really.
I want to see what he says.
Yeah.
Because
Now I'm gonna follow him on Twitter just so I can get the breaking news when it happens.
Okay, now we're gonna move on really quickly, just super quickly, to Lori Harvey. That's kind of a.
Oh Lord, she acting just like her mother.
I know you have something to say about this. Okay, so she was trending today. Because she's young and pretty and rich, and she dating a lot.
Doing her thing.
She's doing her thing. Okay, so what are your thouts on this?
I mean, I really don't. She's young and she has every right to just date around. And, I'm just saying it just to be messy that, she's just a little. I mean, because realistically, you can date as many people as you want to. But first she was dating, she started trending because she was dating Trey Songz. And then she was pictured at a party with her old boo, Justin Combs, Diddy's son. And now she's been linked to Future. So it's like that's what her mom did pretty much when she got with Steve Harvey, right?
Didn't fall far from the tree.
It's true though. Like, didn't her mom research it? No, I ain't gonna say, but
Well, and for the record, I think the ladies have the right to get their swerve on
Yes,
as
do whatever
many
they
times
want to.
as they do. Hopefully, our perceptions are changing, but we always talk about there's the way we would like the world to be and the way the world is. The problem is you will still get somebody like The Game talking about his episode with Kim Kardashian in a song, and we still haven't really gotten past that point yet for the ladies.
I'm of the mindset, if you're single, be single.
And be safe and have fun.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and have fun. Let's see what a couple people on Twitter were saying about this, because I think most of the people were like thinking the same way. Let's see, this person says, Lori, this is from Curves and Colors, says Lori Harvey, playing the game men play and they don't like it. Cute. Exactly.
Do your thing, lady.
Yeah, and this one says, Future calling Lori Harvey a thought,
No,
even
he
though
didn't. No, he didn't.
has 7 baby mamas
No, he didn't.
and cheating on a new girlfriend every month, and is a perfect example of how. Sorry, it's really small.
Shout out to Russell
you're
Wilson for
doing
taking
that.
care of Future's
I
baby,
am.
because Future can't take care of his own baby.
Infantile men's brain can be. Thank you for making that bigger in the booth, Jonathan, because I was squinting. And then here's another one from Champagne Mommy. Hey, men, you cannot praise Future, but slut shame Lori Harvey. It don't work like that. I agree.
Is that Drake's baby mama?
No.
Champagne Mommy? Okay, she was using the handle for
Yeah,
a minute.
she, I don't think it is.
But
no.
it's like, would you do something like what, not personally, but do you approve of women doing things like what Drake's, I'm not going to say that she trapped him, but some women's mindset is
to trap.
let's sleep around
Yeah.
so that we can
Get
land
pregnant.
us like a guy who has a ton of money. And I don't think
Yeah.
that Lori is doing
No,
this
I
because,
don't think so.
you know, her mom did that for them.
You like
Yeah,
to bring
you
it
got-
back around.
I'm just saying, let's
Shade.
keep things in context.
You guys, I'm sorry, I was talking under you guys, and I was like going at Future. I gave him a little bit of shade, and you guys were talking about that for excuse me for going under you. It probably got muddled under the audio. But what bothers me is that Future is the worst representation of a black man. I don't even want to go into the whole rapper thing. Young man, just a man, period. I just wish he would shut the F up, because Russell Wilson is an example of what a black man should be
Yeah,
doing.
I wouldn't
Yes.
say that he's the worst, because if you want to
There
be
are.
shady, then just throw 50 Cent in the bucket, because the way he be talking about women and dragging them left and right,
That's
I'm like,
true.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, he
So,
has no filter.
yeah, I think that Future is just a little bit immature, and that he will
To
grow
say the
into
least.
himself, because I think that
Eventually.
if Sierra saw something in him, there got to be something good. And we all go through that. I know I went
We
through the
do.
phase where I like
Yeah.
them bad boys. I'm over that now. Okay, okay. I'd rather date a man with a Prius who's eco-friendly
Yes.
and vegan. Okay, for you can have all the rappers, and we living in our tiny home in the woods. Okay, so I think that we all grow through that stage, and I think that Future will grow.
We do,
up.
but I got to give a shout out to the good brothers, though. You know, just because Future went at Russell Wilson, this week, and that really kind of bothered me. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Right.
we got to remember, big up the good guys. So they're still
But we
out
don't
there.
know what's happening behind the scenes. We only see what's happening publicly. I don't think that Future is necessarily a bad father. Just because we see Russell so much with baby Future doesn't mean that Future is a bad father.
It doesn't, but let's talk about time. How can you divide your time? What, between 6 ways? And then he's not even getting his whole, he's lost his royalties. They're going to Rocco. He signed 2 deals at the same time. He's aloof with money. He's aloof with business. He's
All
aloof with
right.
sex. Don't get me started.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Sorry, Future. We're moving on.
It's the woke segment.
Oh, it's the woke segment?
Twilight Zone.
Uh-oh.
The
Not
woke
that
segment.
We're coming out with the tinfoil hat.
Okay, can I have my engineer cue up the Twilight Zone music? And that can be playing while I get my little tinfoil headphones ready. And we're going to go into that Twilight Zone segment, too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you are just wrapping it around, causing all sorts of tinfoily noises.
Gotta love it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All
okay,
right.
for the woke segment, we are going to begin with our boy Jordan Peele kicking off this new series, this reboot of the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Twilight Zone, for those of you who are too young to know, great series in the 50s, 60s. They brought it back for a reboot in the 80s, and they're bringing it back right now. Episodic television about each episode. I guess you compare it to the X-Files. It was about something, an alternative universe, space, time, mystery,
Or
scary,
It's kind of
horror.
like Black Mirror.
Kinda
For
like
those
Black
of
Mirror.
you who
For us
are
millennials,
yeah,
yeah.
Black Mirror. But I actually still watch Twilight Zone on Netflix because I just
Yeah.
love black and white film.
Yeah,
Like,
and so
so-
it's gonna be streaming on CBS's streaming network, and I always, instead of being so hard on my people, we were talking about Black Panther last
Right.
week. I like to big up great films and great Black filmmakers. And Ryan Coogler's a great filmmaker who directed
he
Black
is.
Panther.
Black Panther, yeah.
But Jordan Peele,
He's
the guy.
amazing.
He's
Yeah.
an amazing
He's funny.
screenwriter. And I'm just want to give a shout out. This is the talent who's going to be in it supposedly.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah. The reboot is going to include Lucinda Disick, Teresa Farmiga, Greg Kinnear, Luke Kirby, our homegirl Sanaa Lathan, Kumai Najan. Wow, a lot of foreign names. Remember that African. Adam Scott, Rhea Seahorn, and Allison Tolman. And thanks for bearing with me, you guys.
It's all good.
I love that generalization. Oh, it must be from Africa.
Yeah.
But do we have the trailer ready? Okay.
Here we go.
Friends, and welcome back to beautiful Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, wait, no, that ain't it.
Well, this
Oh,
is
there
how
we
it
go.
is.
Okay.
CBS is out there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's the Twilight Zone.
Witness an empty space, filled with thousands of screaming people. A man both nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Answers are new questions. The unthinkable is the expected. When truth is not the truth, what dimension are you even in?
Shut up. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
Can you lift the music? Can you lift the music, Jonathan? Can you lift the music? Only because.
April 1st, it's the day before my birthday.
Hey, there you go.
And
Oh
let
my
me tell
gosh.
you why we like Jordan Peele as a filmmaker, just because. I don't know if you guys noticed it. It was very intentional about he wants to come from like this. You were watching the Super Bowl. You're watching the game. He cuts from the stadium. It goes staticky. Your television is now being taken over. Everything that he does is intentional. And I'm about to get woke in this conspiracy
Okay,
mode.
go
Ladies
for
and
it.
gentlemen, I'm bringing in like my little woke board. I'm drawing my timelines.
Oh,
You're going to see all
Lord,
the
okay.
patterns, and we're going to see this every week.
Oh my god. I mean, am I in a different dimension now? I kind of feel like I'm at home sleep right now, but I'm here too.
Let me turn this up
we
so I
have
can get these
entered
voices
the
from.
Twilight
I'm getting my
Zone.
voices from above this antenna. You know, I'm getting these other dimensions
Aliens?
coming in. Gods, aliens, they're all talking to me, and they're all talking to me in threes.
They're in 3.
Nice. This is cool.
Thank you, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
will say that
it.
this kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you guys have a binged watch Russian Doll.
I
but-
started it. I
Yes.
haven't. Yeah.
So this is kind of giving me that feel, not too much, but a little bit. And I love shows like this. I'm obsessed with the X-Files. So if anything, I'm definitely going to give it a go. Hopefully, I don't know if it's only going to be on CBS. Will it be?
The CBS streaming network.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
smart.
you gotta
I
pay
don't
for
have
that.
it.
So
No,
that means you gotta
that's
pay. I
no.
know.
Somebody upload it to YouTube.
Somebody will.
Get the
will.
bootleg.
Right? Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh man!
So
All
shout
right.
out to Jordan Peele.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because he does just amazing, phenomenal work.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
smart.
that is definitely right down his lane for
I'm
sure.
going to be interested to see Sanaa in this, though. Like, I don't know.
We'll see.
Talented.
All right.
She's cool. She's talented.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got now final little piece right here is this week's viral moment brought to us by a cute, adorable little girl scout who actually remixed Cardi B's Money to sell some. You gotta turn up the volume on this because this is the cutest thing.
Finally. No, not you, sir.
Not me. This is a blue suitcase.
Whoa, that is not it.
I was like,
That ain't it. I don't know what's playing, but that ain't it. Here we go.
Been in this game since 24. Look, I shit was all bad, the teams all real. Black
Okay, this is going all wrong. There is something else playing in the background. It's all good. That made it even more funny. I know, because it's like somebody's shouting and it's a Girl Scout. Like,
It's the Twilight video.
oh, got it. Okay, the Twilight video is still
Love it.
playing. All right, here we go. Possibly.
Look, I shit was all bad, the teams all real. Black girl magic, you know that deal. Community serve, leadership skills, CSC to Woodland Hills. Been in this game since 2014. Selling them cookies is my thing. 5 and mints or even s'mores. Please open up when I knock on your door. Ooh, them mints are the best. Vanilla smells delish. Juicy doughs of chocolate bliss. Tag along the vine. Fantastic blows my mind. Hey, that really rhymes. On my shirt, really need is some cookies to get some. These real nut monopoly. I got girls in my troop. Cookies to the roof. I got girls in my troop. Cookies to the roof.
Hey,
I think that's so cute. And
right?
I'm happy that her parents didn't kind of like muddle her creativity, because I know like this is something that my mom would do. Like, oh, you want to rap that? You better put some different lyrics to it. Rap like them cookies, girl, because you ain't about to be doing them lyrics. So that's really cute.
Yeah.
I love that she's embracing her natural hair.
Yes.
So adorable.
Love it.
Yeah.
That black girl magic,
Yeah.
you know?
So sweet.
Exactly. All right. So that wraps it up for this week.
Yay.
Yay! Always good conversation with you two.
Always something.
Always something.
I got to go to the Twilight Zone.
We got tinfoil.
Tinfoil. We talked to aliens. Different gods.
Ciao. Okay, where can the good people find you?
Everybody, your boy LG. My socials are down there, but I want you to come check out my film screening at the Pan-African Film Festival in honor of Black History Month. We're running starting from the 7th into the 19th. Go on PAFF.org, order a ticket for Jamaica House. My film, hope to see you there.
And you can find me everywhere at Ashley Gray TV.
And you can find me on all the internet. That was so short. At Alina Vision, that's Vision with 2 S's. And be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be doing a Conversations right here on BHL with Mr. Al, talking all about his doc. But yeah, so until next time, peace.
Bye.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.